Hi there. In my previous video, I spoke about the Pythagoras theorem and I just gave you an introduction to the Pythagorean triplets, right? So in this video, I will talk about the Pythagorean triplets, little more insight into the Pythagorean triplets. So let me consider a triangle, a right angle triangle. Then say its sides are in the ratio 3:4:5. Okay. So a triangle whose sides are in the ratio 3:4:5 will necessarily have to be a right angle triangle. Why? Because it follows the Pythagoras theorem. As in, if you have side A and the other side as B, we call them as the legs, and side C is the hypotenuse, the longest side. Okay, Pythagoras theorem says that A square plus B square is C square. I'll just do it here. If this is A, this is right angle. If this is B, and this were to be my C, A, B, C. A, B, C can stand for any real numbers. So A square plus B square is equal to C square. Okay. So any three numbers which obey, any three numbers, we call them as triplets, which obey this rule, A square plus B square will give me C square. That is, the sum of the squares of any two will be equal to the square of the third one. The sum of the squares of any two will be equal to the square of the third one. This triplet will be called as the Pythagorean triplets. Okay, and it's applicable only to right angle triangles. Okay, let's look at 5, 12, 13, which is my next triplet. Why does this form a triplet? Well, we'll see. 5, 12, 13, right? 5, 12, 13. Now I just spoke about 5, 12, 13. So what is this? 5 square plus 12 square. What is 5 square? 5 square? It's 25. 12 square is 144, which is 169. And 169 is the square of 13, right? 5 square plus 12 square is equal to 13 square. So since these three numbers obey that rule, that is 5 square plus 12 square is equal to 13 square, it again constitutes a Pythagorean triplet. Likewise, 7, 24, 25, 8, 15, 17, 9, 40, 41, 11, 60, 61, 12, 35, 37, 16, 63, 65, 20, 21, and 29. We have more to go. We'll stop at this right now. So I have a triangle which the sides are in the ratio 3:4:5 or 5:12:13 or so on. It will necessarily have to be a Pythagorean. It has to be a right angle triplet, and it has to follow the Pythagorean theorem. Now let me look at one more triangle, a right angle triangle out here. Let's say 10 units. This side is 10 units. This side is 24 units, and this side, the hypotenuse, is 26 units. Okay, it's right angled because it's a blown up version of your 5, 12, 13. 5, 12, 13 blown up version by a factor of 2. 5 2s are 10, 12 2s are 24, and 13 2s are 26. Otherwise, 10 square is 100, 24 square is 576. 576 plus 100 is 676, which is nothing but 26 square. 26 square is 676, right? So there you go. And this is again a right angle triangle because the sides are 9, 12, and 15 units. It's nothing but the blown up version of the basic 3, 4, 5 triplet by 3. Okay. So we can apply this, and any three numbers which follow this rule will constitute a Pythagorean, will constitute a Pythagorean triplet, and they will be the sides of a right angle triangle with the longer side corresponding to your hypotenuse.